Let's go over how to analyze the data from a Google survey. So first they fill out the survey, transportation technology. When you're on the editing page, click on responses and then click the view responses as sheets. Now, if you haven't created a spreadsheet for this, it'll ask you to do so. You can either create a new one or link it to an existing spreadsheet. And then it will record your results here. Now let's just say we had 3 responses here. We want to find the slope, y-intercept, and the correlation coefficient to make a conclusion. So for age, to find the slope and y-intercept, you want to type equal sign, minus, and then type in the known y data and the known x data. The y data we're going to use today is for blind spot monitoring, willingness to pay. So we're going to find that in our data. Right here, click the first cell and then hold down the shift button and then click on the last cell. So now it has that range of values. Press comma and then now we're going to do the x values. Now this one right here that we're doing right now is for age, so we're going to call those the x values. So age, click the first one, hold down the shift button, click the last one, and then you have that range. And then press enter. Now it gives you the slope and the y-intercept. To get the linear regression equation, just type in what you just got. Y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope. We can round that. And then your y-intercept. You can round that as well, like 2 or 3 decimal places. To find the correlation coefficient, you go to this cell, press equal, and then CORREL. And then you're going to click the same ranges as before. The data Y, click the first cell, hold down shift, click the last cell, press comma, and then get the X domain, which was age. Click the first one, hold down shift, click the last one, and then enter. And then that gives you the correlation coefficient. From here, we can make the conclusion. The older the person, the blank money they'll be willing to spend on blind spot monitoring. Although it's a pretty weak correlation, this number right here is positive. Would say the more money they'll be willing to spend on blind spot monitoring. And then you'll repeat this process for each of these different X variables: education, household size, workers, etc. Now notice that I highlighted some of the cells with the strongest correlation coefficients. -1 and then the 0.9924 number. To graph these values, like this one, we will go up to Insert, Chart, and then go to Chart Type, and then click on Scatterplot. From here we want to go to Setup. And now for the x-axis, let's choose the household size. This time we are going to choose household size and include the label. And then for the series, we are going to choose the willingness to pay. Include the label. Now we want these ranges to be a little bit different than they are right here. And we also want to rename these. To rename something, you click on the name, the label, and then change the name. So the title text could be household size. And then instead of correlation coefficient, let's put willingness to pay money level. And let's also change the domain and range for these. So for the domain, you just click on this. Minimum value, let's say 0. Maximum value, let's put 6. Or whatever it has in the data. Okay, now willingness to pay level, there was 4 distinct levels there. So let's just have 0 to 4. To get our line of best fit, under Customize, click on Series, scroll down until you see Trend Line. Check that box, and then it has the line of best fit. Now, it's not very interesting here since there's only like 2 points here. But as you get more data, you'll see more outliers and more points that are not quite on the line. You'll repeat that same process where you're making other graphs. Oh yeah, let's rename this. The Student tab has these set up with all of the other Y variables. Pick a Y variable besides blind spot monitoring and analyze that. Now, when you're finding the data, you don't have to actually have the data on the same page. You could just go to Data and click and choose those cells from a different tab. In the description, there's links to make copies of both the form and the sheets for this activity.